Have you ever walked out of an exam thinking, I studied so much, so why didn't that show? That feeling sticks with you. You replay the hours, the late nights, the color-coded notes, and somehow it still didn't translate. Here's something most students don't hear enough. It's not usually about effort. It's about approach. The students who consistently do well aren't superhuman. They're not studying 10 hours a day. Most of them just avoid a few common mistakes. Let's slow this down. The first mistake is cramming everything at once. I get why people do it. The pressure builds, the exam gets close, you feel behind, so you try to force it all in. But your brain doesn't work well under panic. When top students review material, they spread it out. A little today, a little in a few days, then again next week. That spacing feels slower, almost too calm, but it gives your brain time to actually store the information. Think about this for a second. If you try to memorize everything in one night, how much of it is still clear a week later? Exactly. Now here's the second mistake: passive studying. Rereading notes feels safe. Highlighting makes pages look productive, but recognition isn't mastery. You see the sentence and think, yeah, I know this, but could you explain it without looking? Close the book. Try saying the concept out loud in your own words. If you stumble, that's not a problem. That's useful information. High-achieving students test themselves constantly. They turn studying into retrieval practice because exams aren't about what looks familiar. They're about what you can pull out under pressure. And that's a different skill. The third mistake is treating every topic the same. This one is subtle. When everything feels important, it's overwhelming. So you try to give equal attention to everything. But not everything carries equal weight. Your syllabus isn't just a formality, it's a map. It tells you what's emphasized. It hints at what your professor cares about. Top students actually use that information. They prioritize high-weight topics first. They spend less time polishing tiny details that barely show up on exams. It's not about cutting corners, it's about being intentional. Now here's something most people underestimate: practicing under real conditions. You can understand material really well in a quiet room with unlimited time, but exams are timed. There's pressure. There's that low hum of tension in the room. If you've never practiced with a timer, that environment can throw you off. So simulate it. Set a timer, sit somewhere distraction-free, no notes. Let it feel slightly uncomfortable. The first time might be messy. That's fine. Each time you practice like that, you build familiarity. And familiarity reduces anxiety more than last-minute review ever will. Let that sink in. Now I want to talk about something that doesn't sound impressive: sleep. I know, it's not flashy advice, but your brain consolidates memory while you sleep. If you cut your sleep in half, you're cutting your recall.
Some students treat all-nighters like a badge of honor. Honestly, it's not. Top students protect their sleep before important exams. They know a clear mind beats an exhausted one. Hydrate, eat normally, rest. Your brain is the tool. Take care of it. Here's the quiet shift underneath all of this. Top students don't try to feel productive. They try to be effective. There's a difference. Feeling productive is sitting with your notes for 5 hours. Being effective might be 3 focused sessions with active recall and a short walk in between. One looks intense, the other works. And here's something that might surprise you. Most high-performing students aren't calm because they're confident. They're confident because they prepared calmly. That's a big distinction. If you're in college right now, juggling classes, maybe a job, maybe family expectations, it's easy to feel like you need to push harder. But pushing harder isn't always the answer. Sometimes the smarter move is stepping back and asking, is this method actually helping me? So here's the takeaway. Don't cram everything at once. Don't rely on rereading. Don't treat every topic equally. Don't ignore timed practice, and don't sacrifice sleep to feel dedicated. Instead, space your review, test yourself actively, prioritize what matters, practice under pressure.
And protect your energy. That's it. Nothing extreme, no complicated systems, just small, steady adjustments. Before your next study session, pick one shift, just one. Maybe you close the book and explain a chapter out loud. Maybe you schedule shorter sessions across the week. Try it. See how it changes the way you feel walking into your next exam. Not rushed, not panicked, just prepared. And honestly, that feeling alone is worth the adjustment. If this gave you something to think about, take a minute tonight and reflect on your current study habits. Not with guilt, just curiosity. Small shifts add up, and over time, they change everything. And if you found this helpful, like the video, share it with someone who's preparing for exams, leave a comment about the one shift you're trying first, and subscribe to Small Shift for more calm, practical strategies like this.